everybody, and welcome to my look at and review of the Bones of Eao, otherwise known as the Boots of Meow by nobody but me. Well, some of you guys have adopted it now. I like that. Keep doing that. Keep taking what I say and use it. Let's make the stuff a thing. And I was supposed to have this video up sooner, but I had some issues with my PC. As some of you or all of you should know by now, I actually did go from Seattle to the UK, so I had to set up a whole new office, and it's been a journey, but I think we're finally there, so I can get back to uploading daily and streaming Monday to Friday, and everything should be all good. But basically, these pants are an exotic that I wanted for a very, very long time. Something about them just called my name and made me really want them. Although you look at them and you're like, it just gives you an extra jump. How good can that possibly be? I just had a feeling that I personally would really enjoy them and I would find them really, really good. And I've seen comments saying that they're a waste of an exotic slot, that it would be way better to use a different hunter exotic over these pants. But in this video, I'm gonna tell you and show you why they are awesome. So what the Boots of Meow do is that they give you an extra jump. And no, this does not work with blink, so don't think that you can equip these and do some crazy MLG blinking around the map. That is not possible, but you can give your Blade Dancer a triple jump, which obviously they didn't have. You can give your Gunslinger a quad jump, or how I personally like to use them and how I think they are most effective, using the control jump, which gives you a triple jump. So you have triple jump, but it's a control jump. And that's how I personally like to use them. And I use them on my Gunslinger over my Blade Dancer, but either works, seeing as both subclasses have the control jump. I just personally like using them on a Gunslinger just because Blade Dancers have blink. And if you're a Blade Dancer and you're not using blink, I don't know what to say to you. But the reason why I chose to have a triple control jump over a quad jump is because of the outplay and the ability to juke people mid-air. I feel like a quad jump is not necessarily a complete waste, but I don't think you're really adding much to your arsenal of what you can use against people. But if you have a control jump, if anyone out there has used control jump, it makes a big difference. You can bounce from left to right really easily. You can confuse people. Now add an extra jump to that and it is awesome. You can juke out rockets, you can juke out so much stuff, and you can be in very, very close quarters and yep, people get very confused, and it's awesome. But in a game where people have gotten used to dealing with blinkers and they're generally used to all of the other movement modes, having that triple jump that you can quickly bounce around in confuses the butts off people. It really does. It confuses people so much. Like, everyone at this point in Destiny has been out for almost a year. They're very used to the way movement modes work in this game. They're just kind of used to it. They're used to dealing with that. Having someone have 3 jumps that they have maximum control over, not so used to. I've had so many encounters in small spaces where simply jumping right and then jumping left has saved my life, or enabled me to get a kill that I wouldn't have been able to get. And this is, in my opinion, this is due to people being used to seeing people continue to jump right if they start jumping right. So usually you'll be in an encounter with someone and they'll jump to the right and they'll continue jumping to the right, or they'll just jump straight up. But they don't expect someone to jump all the way to the right and then all the way to the left and then all the way in front of them. They're not used to dealing with that. It's definitely a very confusing thing where someone is 3 jumps higher than you and they're just bouncing around the room. People aren't used to dealing with that. It definitely confuses everyone. I've also used the control triple jump to be able to jump out of the way of grenades, especially lightning grenades, because they are a pain in the butt. But with the control triple jump, that is not a problem. Also, I've dealt with people running at me, like blink shotgunning me, trying to get to me, and I just keep control jumping backwards, and then I'll control jump to the left, and they don't know what's happening. They can't get close to me to shotgun me, and then I just hip fire them with the last word, maybe finish them off with a throwing knife, if I can use them, which I kind of suck at. I'm trying to get used to the throwing knife thing. I'm not that good at it. I need to use them more often. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I had a feeling that they were going to be good, or at the very least, I felt like they were just going to be really, really, really fun. But having the control jump and having it be a control triple jump, it's so good. It's way better than I ever thought it would be. I kind of assumed that, you know, it would be pretty good, but probably not as good as using something else. It would just be a really fun thing. It would switch up the game for me, and that would be awesome. but I've just found that they're actually way better when it comes to just how they perform than I ever imagined they would be. I've survived in so many situations that I straight up shouldn't have survived, or I would have died even if I was using blink. Because obviously you can only blink twice, and then you're just kind of a sitting duck. You're just like, oh no, what do I do? But with 3 jumps, each of which you have maximum control over, you can just keep jumping as much as you need to. You don't just blink, blink, and then it's over. You can keep jumping, you can keep bouncing around, and that enables you to just stay alive a little bit longer and hopefully pick up some kills that you wouldn't have been able to pick up without the Boots of Meow. However, I do note that this exotic probably won't be for everyone, because in order to use them in a way which I've described in this video, you do have to play with the pants in mind. Like, you have to be playing the game and you have to be like, I have the Boots of Meow, I must use them. You have to be aware that you're using them and be aware of how you're moving in order to make the most of them, which is very similar to the dance pants actually, which is the Radiant dance machines, by the way. They're just dance pants. Radiant dance machines? Radiant dance pants. Dance pants. They're just dance pants. You have to strafe when shooting when you're using that exotic, otherwise you're basically wasting it. It's very similar to the Boots of Meow. Of course they do different things, but you do have to be aware that you are using them. So make sure that you are going left to right and front to back really quickly as to confuse people, otherwise you are just going to be wasting the exotic. So in that sense, they're not just an exotic that you can slap on and not have to do anything in order to use them to the best of their ability. Like the Symbiote, for example, you don't need to do anything, you just get an extra shot. Or Lucky Raspberry, you don't need to do anything, your grenade's just better. But with any kind of exotic pants, it seems like you have to play with them in mind or you're just gonna be wasting them. And the Boots of Meow are no different. However, with all of that said, I absolutely love these pants. They switch up the gameplay, which is very nice when we're this far into the DLC. It's just refreshing. I get to play a little bit different. I get to use a gunslinger, which, you know, I don't use that often. And I'm not saying that I couldn't use the gunslinger before, but it just gives me more of an incentive to use a gunslinger. They're also super fun to use, which is always good. Having an exotic that makes it really fun is always a good thing. It's very, very entertaining to put yourself into a situation that is not great. You know, you should probably not be there, and see if you can escape when you otherwise wouldn't have been able to. That's really, really fun. That's really, really fun. And they're actually really effective at moving you around the map faster, which I wasn't really expecting. Of course, you have an extra jump, so I guess I should expect that, but I wasn't expecting it to make it a lot faster just to go from point A to point B. Or should I say, A to C? It was a joke, it wasn't funny. But juking people out, they're really good at that, and surviving situations that you wouldn't have been able to before, and picking up kills that would have been a lot more difficult to do without the pants. So I find them amazing. Hopefully this video explaining how I like to use them. Control, jump. You get a control triple jump, use it with your blade dancer, use it with your gunslinger, it doesn't matter. Just use the control jump with these pants. It is amazing. Just trust me, just do it, and you'll find it awesome. Maybe give yourself a few games to get used to it, but then trust me, you will have a really, really, really good time. So yeah, hopefully me describing this and you seeing the gameplay has shown you that they're not a waste of an exotic. Yes, you have to try a little bit harder. Yes, you have to play with the pants in mind, but you know what? That's okay. That's fine, I can do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments section if you have the Boots of Meow and you've been using them. How do you find them? How do you personally like to use them? Do you think they're good? Do you think they're a waste of an exotic slot? Let me know in the comment section, guys. I love you all. Remember to stay positive, and I will speak to you awesome people later. Bye.